What I'm going to do here today is do a little review on this 80 amp welder here. It was sold by Northern Tool. They also have a website you can purchase it from. This one happens to be a DC welder, and I'm going to try it out for the first time here. Okay, I took it out of the package there, and I'm comparing it to a 60-year-old welder, and that is AC only. Well, it's probably not the most fair comparison, but I'm going to be taking a piece of steel. It's actually a lawnmower blade. It's a pretty high quality steel, and I'm going to run some electrodes down it on one side with the DC welder and the other one with the AC. We'll do a little comparison there. Both of these welders run off 110 volts at 20 amps. First up, I'm going to use the new DC welder. I'm going to use a 6013 5/64 welding rod. I'm going to use it at 80 amps, which is the max. And if you are sensitive to light flashes, you may want to end the video now. Okay, now I'm going to use a 1/16 inch rod. Okay, now I'm going to use the 60-year-old AC welder, and again I'm using a 6013 5/64 rod, and then the next one I will be using a 6013 1/16. Okay, first off, here's the DC side. Here's the 5/64. I had a hard time getting the arc to start. Perhaps it's my welding abilities, or the material here is not very good. And the arc was jumping around a little bit. I ran a positive electrode and negative ground on here. And this is the 1/16. A little bit better bead. I had a little bit of burn through it at the very end on the 5/64. Now if we go and take a look at the AC side here. (1/16) is on the top, and this was both at 80 amps, and it had a little bit hard starting here, so I think even though I did take a flap wheel to this, I must not have got enough of the rust off of there. Get a good ground, but once I got the arc going, they're pretty much the same. Okay, I wanted to try that DC welder out on a little bit of a thicker material. What I was doing is welding this hammerhead on here and making a hammer out of some tie rod ends, and I'll try to zoom in on that. I used a lighter amperage, 72 amps, and a 1/16 inch rod, and That's pretty good penetration on there, so I was pretty happy with that. Definitely not a professional welder, and I am no professional as well, so I guess the results will vary. If you're a very good welder, I'm sure you'll get better results than this. But so far I think that's pretty comparable to the AC welder. The benefit of it is it has a variable knob on there that you can adjust the amperage up and down. So the one that's 60 years old is fixed, so you have just 60 amps, 80 amps, and 40 amps on that.